After a slow, lackluster summer of game releases falling into the not-so-blockbuster category, a bunch of my viewers began to rage on me like it was my fault that I wasn't covering games that weren't all that great. Well, now you can all shut the hell up because Atlus came out of nowhere with a sneaker title that just blew me away. Released on July 26th, Catherine brings adult gamers like myself a story that hits right at home and some of the most intense gameplay that I've experienced in quite a while.
Hey, where'd you go? Snap out of it! Were you even listening?
Sure.
You know, you've been a little out of it lately. Is everything all right? You've been spacing out left and right.
From the second you begin the game's story mode, you're presented with a crazy-ass psychological thriller horror like something you'd see straight out of a Twilight Zone episode, filled with twists, turns, and plenty of what-the-fuck moments. You play as 32-year-old slacker Vincent Brooks, who, like many men my age, can't quite get into the groove of a solid, committed relationship. Vincent's girlfriend of 5 years, Catherine, with a K, is dropping hints that she wants to tie the knot, and that there may be some other interesting pieces of history about to drop into their lives. On top of this, many young men in the neighborhood have been mysteriously dying of unknown causes in their sleep. After spending a night on the town with his boys, Vincent has a sexy little rendezvous with 22-year-old, perky, blue-eyed, blonde-haired Catherine with a C, and finds himself trapped in a series of nightmares that have him climbing a wall of perilous traps and monsters.
Sorry. Well, I have to work tomorrow, so I need to get home. I had fun tonight.
You must like what you see.
Catherine's story mode took me roughly 20 hours to complete on the normal difficulty setting and is broken down into several different features. Beautiful cartoon animations and cutscenes guide you through Vincent's emotion-filled, torturous week. During the evening, you'll control Vincent at the local bar and interact with friends and patrons to try to figure out what the hell's going on, what the dreams are all about, why all the men are dying, and how the hell he's going to get away with cheating on his girlfriend. You'll spend a good amount of time in this game mode as you send and receive text messages, sometimes including racy photos, listen to the jukebox, and even play a minigame called Rapunzel that's based off of the same rules as the nightmare sequences. I found the cutscenes and bar interactions to be a nice relief from the real stress-inducing meat of the game that is Vincent's nightmares. Right from the very beginning, this game is freaking hard. The premise and goal are quite simple in theory: climb the wall of blocks and exit at the top. But execution is quite a different story. Over time, layers of blocks begin to fall from the bottom of the stack. While some levels are slower than others, boss stages are typically extremely rapid due to some kind of crazy ass creature or psycho girlfriend monster chasing your ass to the top. The walls are constructed of several different types of blocks, and Vincent has the ability to push, pull, or hang off of them. Some blocks move easily, slowly, or not at all, while others are traps or bombs. Some blocks will even crumble when you walk over them, and others are covered in ice. But knowing how to handle each of the various types of blocks is only a minor piece of the puzzle. There are distinct rules in how the blocks may be moved, and learning these tricks are the bread and butter of completing the game. As you climb the walls, you'll run into sheep, who are really other men trapped in the nightmare world, as they try to make their way to the top as well. The faster you climb, the more points you'll earn, which in the end will be used to unlock additional content, including challenge missions and multiplayer levels. Upon completing a stage, Vincent will be taken to a landing area where he may interact with the sheep to learn advanced block moving skills and to purchase items to assist him on the next level at the cost of some of his points gathered from the previous stage. Throughout the game, you'll acquire a series of retries for your countless number of failed attempts you're certain to endure, but if you run out, Vincent will die in real life and it's game over. You're also allowed to rewind time and back up several moves if you start to realize you're going to get yourself stuck. The levels are wonderfully designed, and the challenge really reminded me of the frustration I had with Demon's Souls, but many of my deaths were actually the result of something out of my control. More often than not, Vincent would run onto blocks I didn't mean for him to, push when I meant to pull, and sometimes just run or climb the wrong way as controls get reversed when he's on the backside of blocks. Call it user error if you wish, but I found the controls to be pretty wonky. Much of the game is filled with hidden messages, and lots of this may be seen in the built-in karma system. Combined with choices that Vincent makes in the bar, when he completes a stage, he'll be asked a moral question that will lead you to one of the game's 8 endings. I found it neat that you could actually see how other players around the world answered the questions for the first time as well. Atlus has given us something special here. While I can relate to Vincent's story, the nightmare sequence has kept me on the edge of my seat as I swore up a storm climbing the crap out of those walls. In the end, you've got a crazy adult adventure puzzle platformer survival horror genre bender that is a wonderful mix of fast-paced, intense climbing and a wonderful story told with great voice acting, smooth, clean graphics, and cool cartoony cutscenes. While this likely is not a title for everyone, especially young gun shooter boys, it's certainly a title that I recommend to fans of intense puzzles and horror stories. Check out the full write-up and screenshots over at ZeitgeistGameReview.com. Stay up to date by following me on Twitter and Facebook, and make sure to check out all of the other great gaming entertainment on the Game Station. Don't forget to subscribe and press the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching.